Well, my stepson came over the other day to say hi. And he said, well, I heard that the company that makes the machines, they put 10,000 votes in for Trump. But when it went to the poll, it changed it from Trump to Biden.
You're like, really?
I said, you've got to be kidding me. You believe that?
Right.
Good God.
Some stuff you see, you're just like,
I know it. And the things you hear.
oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you. Hello.
So, yeah, it's just like some of the stuff you see, you're like, this is
Had a COVID test
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
my husband, he'll like,
Oh.
he gets it.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
lady
sure.
argued that she didn't need to wear a mask out there. Down there arguing with the police,
Oh,
the
really?
deputies. I said,
It's
"You can't
happening
come."
already?
She said she don't have to wear one.
No, she doesn't. She can go back to her car.
You know,
You go, girl.
Danny was handling it. Just great, huh?
We're gonna draw first.
Tim, you gotta move your sign around.
So I can go
What
get it.
sign?
Says Justin Schultz in front of you.
I'll figure it out. We don't have to call roll today, so I won't get confused.
I said 9,554. Would you like some results?
Sure.
You wanna?
You know Christy from the auditor's office? She's the election clerk.
Hi,
Brian?
Christy.
Brian.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
There's the breakdown.
Okay.
Wow.
I said, yeah, 9,554.
Look at that. Holy cow.
I talked to Blackhawk yesterday. She only had 150 pages. Mine was 156.
Not fair.
But ours is the trustees.
Yeah.
We have so many.
Yeah.
She doesn't have
that's
as many townships, so.
You're kidding me, right?
So.
What was I gonna ask these guys this morning?
You didn't tell me. I don't know. Who did you tell?
Christie, how many of those do we have to sign?
Oh, it's not real pretty. It's like 200 sheets.
Okay.
Maybe you'll be
So-
out by mixed breakfast by
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's why like, it's probably gonna take an hour. I mean, I'm wondering if I can give like one a stack, and then, but keep that stack until you get done, you know what I'm saying? Is what I was thinking, but
Finish the stack and then pass it.
yeah. I've got like 3 stacks, and I've got, is Justin not here, I take it, so 4 of you?
No, do we
Yeah,
hold that
yeah.
open? Do we need to hold that open for his signature?
No, because you're gonna sign, I think you'll just sign as chairperson. Because you're the chairperson today, so you can just sign as the chairperson. Because we just need 3 of you, technically, so. But yeah, it's about 200 sheets.
All right, it's 9. Let's stand for pledge.
Are you running, Candy? I guess she is. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, with that, everybody had an opportunity to take a look at our consent agenda.
I'll move the consent agenda.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We have a motion and a second on the consent agenda. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, rocking on. Christie, Everett, you're up. Canvass of the 2020 general election.
Yep, we got a couple drawings to do. We have
Couple of what?
couple drawings for township trustees, they tied. So then you get to draw who's the winner.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
We haven't done that for a while.
So this one is for Valley Township,
Either way, somebody's gonna be mad at me.
maybe. So good luck, pick the good one.
This is what we're doing.
This is Valley Township trustee. And who's the winner?
Charles Lees.
Okay, and now this one is for center.
many are those?
You just draw one, there's 4 of them. They each got 1 vote each.
Ooh, this could be ugly.
Yeah, this is actually our lowest. And who's our winner?
Alan Embry.
Okay, there you go.
Emery, he's one of the,
These are my winners, and I'll have to go get them some certificates. Well, if they accept it, I don't even know, we have to let them know. Okay, we had like a 69% turnout,
Emery.
45,931 voted out of 66,000.
49,000.
45,931.
931.
I think that's close to 70%, but
Here in science, like,
What was that percentage then, honey? Is that,
69%.
59.
60.
oh, 69.
69.
Okay. Thank you.
69%. 42% voted absentee of that 69,
Wow, oh
So that was
my
huge.
goodness.
which was good. Which was really good. So now you just get assigned 200.
42, we had more absentees than we've had.
You had 42% of that is absentee. We had 27,590 absentees.
And 18,
do these need to
something.
be kept in order?
No, because I have them all marked, so you're fine. Nope.
So at some point in the next hour, we need a motion, a second to,
Oh, I'm sorry, we need to do that first.
No, pay for it, no, we don't.
Christie, thank you.
We don't?
dear.
No, it says the motion is to pay for the election.
to canvass the election, approve the canvass and pay costs.
I don't see that after discussion, one vote was made,
Oh, well,
was made by, and second, to canvass the election. Well, I'll make that motion.
All right, we have a motion to canvass the election and pay for the costs. Did you second that, Marilyn?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You need a roll call on that, Melvin?
no,
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? There we have it.
How much was that?
the costs? Oh,
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
we've got,
we're still getting stuff in.
and we've got a couple of grants to help pay for that from the Secretary of State. And another one that's, we just got the money last week.
140 some?
148.5 thousand. Whether we can scrap up enough cost to use that all, I don't know.
I still didn't see that from Lovely yet. She was supposed to send that out yesterday, and she didn't, 'cause I was on that call yesterday, and Wes said we get an email yesterday, but I haven't seen it yet.
No.
Did you see anything?
No,
I haven't seen it
not
yet.
this morning.
Uh-uh. So I don't know when
So
that's,
that money comes from where?
Center for Technology and Civic Life.
Federal money or state money?
No, it's private, nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Really?
Yeah, they raise money just to help communities and.
Every county
These all
got
in
it?
one pile.
Anybody
Yeah,
that
you can just,
applied.
yep, that's fine, because I kind of have them colored,
The
so I
minimum
know,
I just had to send them our budget and
what I gave you guys up
a
there.
request and sign a form, and they sent us the money. So we've got close to $180,000 to work with.
Well, what would it have been 4 years ago?
It was over 200 and some thousand, I believe,
Yeah,
yeah.
Then how much was the primary?
Over 100,
So it was 300 and some thousand total.
yeah.
but I think that Secretary of State's money will pay for some of the primary also. Didn't it, or no?
No, I don't think so.
That was June 15th.
It was from June 15th.
Yeah.
That was after the primary.
So shields and the PPE and.
The precinct workers appreciated.
Shields, right?
Hmm?
We have shields?
Well, we had shields for the polling places,
Oh, you did?
yeah. For the poll workers.
Well, then you don't need to be sitting there doing it.
Thank you.
This is when you maybe just want to put a stamp.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, if we brought our stamps. Well, I think they switched up their forms a little bit in the last 4 years, where there's more signing to do.
No, just on the certificates, these have always been the same. You've all
Okay.
had to sign these, but the certificates, it used to just be you, the auditor, and the board president, but
Yeah.
I don't know why they put all of you on there. But no.
Judges too?
So where does this piece of paper go to?
So one copy stays with us, and then one copy goes to the Secretary of State, and then they will canvass the state and federal races, and then they canvass, and they keep a copy.
How long we gotta keep all this paperwork for these
Well,
elections?
these I have to keep. This stuff I will keep, it's in a book.
Forever?
Mhm.
Is this stuff that can be scanned in then?
Well, so I do have them scanned in. I do, when I print them, I do have them scanned in. So yes, they
So how
are.
about the rest of the election paperwork?
So the tally books we have to keep forever. The rest of the election's for 22 months because it's a federal election. And then in 22 months, we can get rid of. Gosh, you're going pretty fast. You're staying way ahead.
Well, I had a lot of practice yesterday doing those certs.
You're getting ahead of her.
I am?
Mhm.
Oh,
So we'll give you a one.
well, Marilyn always took a lunch break and came back and finished signing, if I remember right.
Well, yeah, she wasn't bored yesterday.
Her penmanship's too precise.
Mhm.
I think she had a different English teacher than I had when she was in 7th grade.
Thanks.
Probably second grade.
Let me take these, I'll give these to Tim. Looks like he's getting
Do
home.
you want to see the board?
Yep.
Today? All right, I'll notify the chairman. Mr. Wickman,
Yeah.
we do have a visitor that would like to see you for a minute, please.
Right now?
Well, it might save her some
Whenever.
parking time.
What can I help you with?
These things, the mask mandate that you just posted on Monday.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I have a friend downstairs that's disabled veteran, and he, just got the papers that you wrote up about, the very first line says that you're going by the recommendations, I don't have the paper in front of me, by the CDC and Governor Reynolds and other, and I'm sure the Pot County Board of Health. Now, Governor Reynolds is not, she's standing by her gun, she's not making it mandatory. And I don't see how the county board can say that you have to wear a mask, and mandate it and then just post it. I know you guys are elected, but that doesn't give you the right to make a law. Or, this is a county courthouse, and I have civil rights and I have constitutional rights to come in here without a mask. Now, if you're worried about other people getting sick, the people that have a mask on, since they have the mask on, shouldn't have to worry about getting sick because they're protected from the mask. So I
Okay.
don't understand what your reasoning is.
Okay, so
and,
then masks work then, right? Is that what you're
What?
saying? Masks work then?
No, masks don't work.
Oh,
I
you just
have all
said, you
kinds
just
of
said they
science
did.
showing it, but that I don't see any science saying that they do work. I got all kinds of science saying that they're not healthy. They're even starting to cause tooth decay. And I know you might laugh at that, but it's true. There's 50% higher tooth decay from these masks, and I give you the reason why. There's breathing problems, there's respiratory, there's sinus problems. And I've never worn a mask yet, but I went to the city council last night and I put one on. Well, I didn't put it on, they made me put it on after I wanted to sit there, so I did. But I kept pulling it down. But I'll tell you right now, if I had to go to school and wear one of these, I would just take it off because there's no way I would wear a mask. This is for the kids. I've talked to every school board in Pot County. They all say the same thing. They're following CDC, they're following Pot County Board of Health, they're following the Iowa State education laws. And so and I will be back here on Friday for the meeting, for the health board meeting. But I want to see the science behind it because when I talk to every one of them school boards or the superintendents, they say they're just following that. I says, well, did they show you science behind it? And none of them can say they've seen the science behind it. They just say they're just recommending it or they're saying that it helps. But when you ask to see the actual in writing, which I'm coming back Friday to see, I'm not gonna find nothing because there isn't anything out there. And if you have it, I would like it. So that's what I'm here for. I'm gonna fight for these kids and for the school boards and, you know, even Oakland was the worst one I talked to. I cannot believe she said this to me. She says, you won't even get in here without a mask. And she says, our kids are doing really good and we're getting the culture down to them. And I thought, culture? Man, I almost blew up, but I shut my mouth because I thought, this is ridiculous. We are not, you know, China. We're America. And then, anyway, but that's why I'm here. Why did you make this mandate? Do you think these things are going to help you stay safe?
Well, we don't have anything to do with what the school districts are doing. We have nothing to say about that.
Not Pot County, but the Board of Health does. But
Okay, well, the Board of Health and the County Board of Supervisors are completely different.
I know.
We appoint them
But
and
you
they
still
run
have
over.
Matt on both of them. Matt tells you guys stuff, he tells the Board of Health stuff. I mean, Matt should have a job that has to be elected, but he's appointed. But why did you post the thing then if you don't even know if these things work? You're going by what the Board of Health tells you and what the state tells you, right?
We're doing what we can to help protect our employees and the public when they come in to do
But why do you think
this.
they're helping your employees? They're making it worse
You know-
for you guys. You're gonna end up with respiratory problems. And other stuff, you guys aren't looking at that. Those kids, how would you like to
Wait,
be a
wait.
kid today going to school? I mean, I know you didn't make those,
When was the last time you were in the courthouse?
probably when I was paying my taxes. Cause this is a tax place and I pay a lot of taxes and I'm getting tired of that too.
Okay.
Taxation without representation is what I'm getting, but, okay, but anyway, I'm here because I'm gonna fight for these kids. They shouldn't have to wear a mask to school, and they think they're doing something good, but just like the governor said, it makes you feel good, but it's not helping any. And on the very first line of your thing downstairs for the disabled says that you're going by what the governor says, and this came from the Pot County Board of Supervisors, so you wrote it up, but I only got through the first line, I blew up, so, anyway. But
We'll take a look at that sign down there and make sure that if it doesn't say anything about the governor, we'll correct it if it does. I don't know, does anybody else have any comments for Ms. Stanley?
Well, the only thing I could say is,
Hi, Scott.
hi, good
Hi,
morning,
Marilyn.
but the
Hi,
governor is pretty much in charge of the court system, and
who is?
the governor in charge of the courts.
The courts? Well,
Actually-
she says,
Actually,
she's
she's not in
not,
charge of the courts because of the separation of powers. The courts,
Okay.
the Supreme Court Justice,
So who is the one that?
Susan Christensen is,
Okay, she's
would
the
be in
one that
charge
set
of the court.
and
the,
she's the what? The,
she set the protocols for the courts?
correct.
Okay.
the Surgeon General doubles down on mask increased viruses. This is the CDC guy, he's changed his numbers 15 times, like, oh, it's okay, you know, and then you don't put over your nose. I got,
So the legislators decide that we have to, house the courts then, is that what the situation is?
Yes,
now what was that?
we're required by law to house the
Yeah.
courts. But because the courts are separate from the executive branch, you know, the judicial branch is completely separate. So they get to put out their own regulations as to how they govern the space they occupy.
What does that mean? Repeat that. Does that mean what?
That means the third floor and the fourth floor, where the courts are, and even part of the fifth floor that also has a portion of the courts,
Let me see that.
they get to create their own rules as far as, you know, wearing masks. And they've had a mandatory mask rules since they reopened the courts in July.
So the courts fall under the judiciary,
Yes,
and the
that's
sheriff
separate.
falls under the executive branch, and he can protect your rights.
the sheriff is county.
No, the sheriff is executive branch, but he is county sheriff, but he falls under the executive branch, the same as the president. So, there's Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Brian. How are you?
Where's that? Oh, there's where it is,
That's for employees. That's all for employees.
this is for employees?
Yeah, read it.
Oh, well then why'd they give it to you? You're not an employee.
Well, they said that's what they're using.
Okay, they're using this to not let him in. And this is from the Board of Supervisors, Tim, if you wanted to see it.
You know, we implemented a mask mandate. Hopefully it doesn't last very long for the public and our employees. It's done in the United States Capitol, it's done in the capital of Iowa, it's done in our court system. Nobody wants this at all.
Then why aren't people fighting it? Because it's not helping. Instead of getting
Well,
better, it's
you
getting
know,
worse.
You know, that's,
You
you can-
guys are
you
putting
can-
it up in.
here, you know, we're not gonna get in a debate here.
I know.
We're just not. I'm just telling you, if you wanna find some information on masks, go to Mayo Clinic. Have you been there?
No, I've got all the information I
Try-
need. Where's your information? That's what I'm coming
Try
back
Mayo
Friday
Clinic.
from. Matt's gonna give me all
Okay.
the statistics.
That's the end of the conversation. Thank you
Okay.
very much for your time today, Mary.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Matt. See you Friday. I wanna see the science behind it all, because
Go
I have.
safely,
What?
go safely.
Oh, thanks, Merle. Anyway, bye. I'm done talking. I want the science. I haven't seen it from anybody yet. The schools all have to know that too. There is none. It's okay.
We're on Friday. It's at 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Hey, Ben.
Not too bad.
Yeah, good.
Mary's starting to rear her head again, so should be interesting for a while.
Matt, we are live.
Can they send that, Friday morning thing as a calendar invite?
Yeah, you want a go-to meeting to it? It's on the agenda.
I know, but why can't they just send it to us like everything else with a calendar invite where it goes?
I can have it sent.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like yours, stuff, your briefing that's sent as a calendar invite. Just go to your calendar and sign.
I'll have Maria send it out to you right now.
If you could include me on that, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Please.
Where are those meetings held? Here?
Here.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Forgot about that.
No, I have two red ones
If they
here.
don't work, then I wouldn't think all the hospitals and all those places that do.
I got two red ones.
Yep, there's with that, 'cause I ran out of red stickers, so my yellow's
Hey,
on my red. I'm good. You're good.
Okay.
This just comes to me, right? Christie,
What?
this just comes to me, right?
If you want to keep it. after
Yes.
everybody signs it, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna have to just sign it as chairperson. Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Mhm. Yep. Do you want me to give it to you today?
Yeah,
Is that okay? Okay.
whatever you want, whenever you.
Well, I'll give it to you and then you can have them sign it. Will that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that. After they've signed. Brian, do you want your certificate mailed to you, or do you want us to keep it here with the board secretary? Or do you want your certificate mailed to you? No, just leave it here. I think they hang them up. Do you guys still hang your certificates up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That'll
okay,
work.
I'll just leave it. Melissa, then.
So they're more than,
No, it's fine. I just need 3 of them.
I did that on mine and
Yeah.
I just started doing it again.
And you're fine. You're
All
fine.
right.
It's not gonna matter. It's fine. The law is just 3 of you have to sign, so.
What does the board think about putting on the ballot the question of township trustees should be appointed rather than elected? A lot of counties have.
Yay.
What does the law say?
The law says that the townships can, and Waveland has done that several years ago, chose to go with appointed trustees rather than elected ones.
So it has to come from them?
Yeah, it'll come from that township.
No, so the board of supervisors can make a resolution to put it on their ballot.
Right. it would
They
be put on-
vote for it.
They would vote.
They
would
vote whether they want it or not.
so why would you just put that on there, on the ballot? I don't know if it was, I can't imagine you gotta do it every time.
Well, yeah, there's,
Every 5 years or something?
No, once you do it, and if they agree to it, then it stays that way.
What's that, gotta be just a simple vote?
yeah, it'll just be on there.
Yep.
It'd probably be on a ballot and a general ballot in 2022.
2018. Or 22, yeah. I'm going backwards.
What's
Ooh.
the advantage?
Uh,
I don't see it.
You won't have to do all this signing. You won't take up so much room on the ballot.
Like Scott just drew for 2 because there was nobody on the ballot, so then he has to draw.
But the problem is it comes down to the board of supervisors and makes the appointment. And it's usually, we would just see if the guy that's been doing it is still willing to do it.
Is there 3 for each township?
Except Lewis.
Or they have 5?
Yes.
I gotta step outside and.
Sure.
So some counties have, they put it on the ballot every 2 years for a number of years until they don't have any of the trustees on the ballot anymore. It just takes,
Who appoints them?
the Board of Supervisors would then appoint, which always kind of bothered me, but usually it's always the same ones anyway. And if somebody wants to get off, they're pretty much responsible for finding their replacement.
What happens if nobody wants to be appointed and nobody runs?
It's a vacancy then?
Does the board have to do the business of that township? We don't want anything like that to happen.
No.
Has it ever happened?
Has,
Would accept?
if no one would accept, I don't know, have we ever had that? Well,
Yeah.
we just drew out of a hat if somebody didn't accept. We just drew Charles Lee's for Valley if he turned it down.
Then it's a vacancy, and then the trustees in that township would try to find someone to take the place. Is normally what they do is,
And then,
Then they're in charge
and
of
then they tell the board, and then the board would make that appointment. But yeah, if we didn't have trustees, you guys would be contracting with fire and rescue and finding somebody to mow the cemeteries and doing fence line disputes. So we really need them, but
Scott's catching you.
is he? How many townships do we have? 27?
24.
24? How do we get by 24? We've got a 4x7. I'm guessing Cassuth probably has 28.
Oh, maybe we do have 27. Yeah, Lewis 1 and Lewis 2. Or no, we just have Lewis. I have to split that.
Yeah, it's just Lewis for them, but you have Lewis 1 and 2 for precincts.
So,
Are there any township trustees that are responsible for, any waterways, flooding? No, okay.
so if, the trustees are 4-year terms?
Yes.
Are they all 4-year at the same time, or are they rotate?
So 2 trustees are up 1 year, and then the next 2 years, it's a trustee and a clerk. The clerk.
So there's only 4?
So there's 3 trustees and a clerk.
Okay, so the clerk is elected too
Uh-huh.
then? Okay, but only 3 vote?
Yeah, and the clerk can live in like in the town. She doesn't have to live in, he or she does not have to live in a township, that township.
They can live in town.
Okay, but the other ones have to live in their township.
Right, the trustees have to live in the township.
Oh.
I thought they were trying to get that law changed a couple years ago.
Pardon?
I think they were,
They did on the clerks.
okay. I was up there in
Trustees, I don't.
southwest Des Moines and some Township, it might have been even been in Madison County, I don't know. West Des Moines.
So if, a trustee, would happen to either resign or become deceased or incapacitated, then you don't have a special election, do you?
Nope. Nope, it's just a vacancy and then the other trustees appoint.
The other two trustees can appoint somebody?
Yep, mhm,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
To finish out the term?
yep, and then they'll, till the next election, if it's not their year, then they'll go on the ballot. We had a lot of vacancies on this ballot, a lot of vacancies.
We got a lot of
Like-
vacancies now?
Yeah, we did, there was a lot of vacancies on the ballot. I wanna say there was at least maybe 15 vacancies,
But the write-ins won.
but the write-ins, yeah. One pile's done.
Uh, 6 times a year.
What do you need, sir? You need
Papers.
papers, don't you?
I got,
Where's
no, I
your,
did those.
I know, I'm giving these to Scott.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what you haven't signed yet.
I haven't done any green ones. Do you have green ones?
No, I got red.
Maybe I'm done.
I could split these reds between you and Ron, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll take. Oh, he's already signed it. Never mind, keep going.
Oh, he did that big.
You've already signed the red. You signed the blue, didn't you?
Yeah, Marlon had the blues first, I took those.
Maybe you're done.
Does anybody see anything with my name blank? Lynn,
These are gonna go,
do you see any blanks for me on what you're signing? On what you're signing, is my
No.
name filled in?
yeah, I saw your name signed in.
Oh, okay.
These white ones go to the state, right?
Yes.
That Charles lease we, drew, I always thought it was in James Township.
Huh? I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
That's Charles Lease, I always thought he lived in James Township.
No,
He must have been around here.
Well, did they
yeah,
agree?
he's,
Well, somebody
he lives
voted.
in Valley Township. So, yeah, maybe he does live right on the, right.
The guy that owns his house is, Everett, no.
Cause yeah, we have him in Valley Township, so,
I know, that's what it says.
yeah.
Oh, I know. Scotty, were you coming to that drainage meeting at 2:30? The creek
Christie,
opening bids.
this small group goes to Scott.
Huh?
Let me double check here.
Oh, okay.
That's all Linda said.
Yep, you have to sign this. Yeah, these are going, after you sign, they go to Scott.
Yeah, okay.
So
These are
you
signed.
are done.
No, I got all
Yep,
these.
and you've done these, so then these go to
No.
Scott.
Marilyn is not done, she's got some here.
Okay, and I've got quite a
Yeah.
pile
Like
here.
with the, write out the rest of the dog's time.
Hey, Matt, did you hear her comment about that? Sign down there, said something about the governor.
Did you find out, or something about
Hmm.
that?
That's what she said.
Wonder if that's somebody's brother.
Oh, did I give him the smiley face?
Yeah, you did.
Worried that the governor might not have had the
There was one year,
authority to do that or something.
Hmm.
there was one year Schubert
No, it's
and
the fact the
Darrell and
governor
I
has
were
not
all.
issued a mask mandate.
Right.
So therefore
Really?
we can't cite the
Is that
governor
right?
to say that we're doing a mask mandate. And we
Or
have
eight, I
good
don't
from
know.
the assistant county attorney in civil division, so I'm usually down here.
It's funny, when I talked to Joni, Governor Reynolds at Joni Ernst, meet and greet, let her know that we were considering doing that, and she said we had all the authority to do that,
Absolutely.
so. Wow, this is missing Lynn's too. You know,
Well, it's offering,
hopefully it'll
it's
be done here pretty quick and we can get rid of it.
gonna take a while.
I don't see it going up or going down.
Could we offer a face shield to those people who absolutely refuse or use some sort of a health excuse? Offer them a shield and then wash the machine afterwards.
The blue ones there.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Matt?
And but Matt left. I was gonna ask him, but he wandered
I
off.
thought if they came in with some medical deal, we were gonna accommodate.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be a doctor's excuse or something.
Why they say COPD and there's a few breathing issues that they let that go.
Yeah, but, you know, that's for somebody that's wearing a mask all day, but for the half hour that they're standing in line at the treasurer's office, it's a big burden. I don't know. So I don't have that bad breathing problems.
I think you got everything signed.
Do I? Okay. Well, it's a good thing I got a jump on it yesterday. Well, this isn't much different than smoking and secondhand smoke, is it? Didn't go through that 20 years ago. Seat belts, motorcycle helmets, maybe car seats.
Oh.
So, was the party, the Democratic Party paying for all those people that come and stay here?
I suppose. I don't know if it's the DNC or it's the state party. But they gave a lot of kudos to our staff. Before they left, they said they never seen an operation run that detailed and
And they,
probably because you were there helping open envelopes.
yeah, so they had done other elections, I take it?
Well, that's what I asked him. I said, well, how many other counties have you been to? And he said, a lot.
Wow.
But I was talking to Grant Veeder over in Blackhawk, and the party had some people there, and they got the same kudos. I think it's just the way Iowa law runs to make sure everything's neat and tidy.
Well, that, open or having the, absentees done last is crazy.
Yeah, some of the states gonna. Well, I suppose
Tim numbers.
in some of those states, you have to have a legitimate excuse to get an absentee.
What happened was,
Probably
courthouse
historically.
security gave them a copy of the employee policy. And the employee policy, at the top of it says, with recommendations from Iowa Governor's Office, CDC, Iowa Department of Public Health. So that's the only place I could think of she got the Iowa Governor's Office from. So I gave courthouse security the resolution now and not the employee policy to hand out. So if they wanna hand something out, they hand out the resolution. Instead of handing a person from the public, you give them the employee policy, they're not gonna care about that.
Brian get bored with you guys already?
No, he's coming back, he likes his stuff.
Okay. Matt, is there, for somebody that absolutely refuses, can we offer them a shield?
I think you got everything.
We can offer them a shield. Buildings and Grounds has some disposable face shields that are kind of paper, that work just as good. We could probably bring some of those over.
Well, that would just alleviate the headache of somebody
It would, that's correct.
complaining.
I'll have Garfield take some of those over.
Or if they have a doctor's excuse or something, it might just kind of reduce some heartache.
You weren't here last week, they can't actually ask to see a doctor's excuse, they have to take someone's word for it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was suggested that, because a lot of things can be done online, that they call the department that they're coming to visit to see whether or not whatever it is that they want can be handled without actually physically being in the courthouse.
Okay.
This, this is the first one we've, I guess, actually heard of is, isn't really much of a 1% deal.
Yeah, I think there's one other person that's really kind of trying to stir up a fight over the mass piece of it that I've seen or heard from. But Mary,
Is that from down there, do they, have a report once a day or?
oh, from courthouse security? No, this is the first time they've ever had it. This is the first time they said they had anybody question it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I thought so. Jason. Hey, Garfield and Nick, we're gonna stop by and grab some of those disposable face shields. And take them down to court security. So if we get any more people coming in saying that they can't wear a face mask, we're gonna give them one of those face shields.
Okay.
That's,
I can find out where Daryl ordered them.
okay.
You don't want any more?
Well,
I think when you're done with these, I think you're done. Well, there's more over here, Scott. That's all of those certificates.
Did you go to city council meeting last night, Scott?
I didn't know. I heard it was 4-1 vote.
Who are they voting on?
They did a math.
Oh,
See, Mary went.
for the whole city
I
or?
heard Mary was there,
Did they do a mask mandate?
Yeah.
just the city buildings, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what we did here.
I think, did they just do it for City Hall and not the other buildings?
Well, I don't know. They've had it at the library for a long time. I'm not sure if they did something for employees or not. They don't have a lot of other buildings, I guess.
We won't be able to get that door in for some time, so we still got ballots back there. We can't move them to the services building until we move the machines to the election building, and we can't put them in the election building until we get that tore down, and then Andrew can't get over there to do that till he puts the 400 DOTs in.
So how long should I tell them? Cause they're gonna wanna charge us money for holding up construction.
Can they come back and do it?
They asked over a month ago if they could get in there and start doing something, and we told them no, not until after election.
Yeah. Well, election's not over yet. It is for the voters, but it isn't for.
Okay. So I tell them a month, or?
I'm guessing that, I don't know, how long is it gonna take Andrew to get those DOTs in? A week?
Well, it depends on if it slows down. I'm hoping it's gonna slow down, what's coming through. Yeah, I'd say it'd probably take them at least a week.
So, I don't know, you can tell them a month, but we might be able to get it before that.
Can you guys help move machines from
We'll hope we do whatever. we can.
services? He's gotta get the
Yeah.
election building cleaned, because we don't have room to put him there.
How long will it take him to clean that room up, election building? Well, if somebody helps him, I could go help.
It could take a day, probably, to get that cleaned up and then move the machines. I think there's 18 probably over there.
Why don't Thursday I take Andrew and we'll get that building cleaned
No,
up?
he can't. He's gotta get the DOTs first. So he ain't gonna be done with DOTs by Thursday. It'll be next week. So then maybe,
No, I thought if he just took a day off from the DOTs. What's the deadline on those?
7 days.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's a time, I think that's
What are DOTs?
it. They registered through Department of.
motor voter registration.
Oh,
Lynn, are you done?
Yes?
Did you sign the red ones? No.
Yes, he did.
Well, Lynn Groby, you're done.
so from the day that you mailed out absentees until the day of the election, you guys, had to monitor the obituaries?
Yes.
And then the
Who does that?
I have Marilyn doing that. She'll check, she'll check the newspapers for any obituaries that we have. And she did it up until Saturday because that's when you guys opened affidavits, so we could pull the deceased up until Saturday. And then after that,
Jason, can I see you for a second?
and then,
You get a-
Department of Public Health too.
You get was there a very small percentage of those?
Yes, yeah, it would be under 20 that we normally will pull.
And then you get a report from the state, vital records, what, every week?
Yeah, when they upload,
Oh, is that right?
then we can pull it, it'll say, oh, that's a match, you need to pull it, and then we look to see if they voted or if they requested.
A ballot.
Yep, and if we have their ballot back, we pull it.
How do you find it? You live in a haystack?
Nope, that's how we, I
Well,
enter
that's by day.
by date, and then we go to those tabs and
Yeah.
pull them.
So you only have to look through 400, 500 at the most.
Well, you will if there's like 900 that we received back in one day, then
Right.
we're looking through 900 ballots. Envelopes. Okay. So you don't have anything, so you're done.
Hey.
You were just about done.
Miss Drake, how you doing?
Excited?
Are you getting there?
She's got
We're
that,
getting there.
she's got that file. And
Alright.
everybody else is done.
That's okay.
Okay.
All we got's time.
It's a good thing. I tell you, you run this like a ship, girl. This goes really nicely.
Yeah, at least they have the election night reporting thing pretty good now, where it used to be we couldn't do write-ins until we did our final upload, which
Oh, I
was yesterday.
remember.
And we complained about that, so they did get that switched for us, so. Because you got a lot of trustees. And it's nice, we don't have to count the write-ins the night of the election. We bring them in the next day for a team to do them. That's nice.
Is there an agenda?
I ain't got mine, I've got another little sheet.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Are you gonna be coming in regularly, Brian? We'll go ahead and get another,
It'll be, I'll do
depends
what I
on what's on the
can.
agenda. I guess you can print your own out, but I'll try to remember to
I
have,
get them on the email, so,
have Melissa do another
okay.
one for you. If I can remember to ask her.
I'm still running my work.
What does it take for you to shut down?
Sometime in December.
Okay. You do snow removal too?
No,
So what do you do for all winter?
usually vacation, a lot. And whatever my wife tells me to.
Honeydews?
Oh, yeah.
I saw a crosswalk signs up there.
Like that?
Yeah,
They can get some more sidewalks in there too.
dollar store's open.
Dollar store's open, they started that other building for the construction company. I was working with one other company out there.
It'd be nice to have that little dollar store.
They're starting on the house.
I saw all that.
Lauren, what do you have? You just have that one, right?
You know,
And it rings.
Alvin, is the phone line open?
No, it's not.
Okay, Jan is asking.
The,
What?
No, the phone, I forgot to turn the dial in.
Did you do two financing for that?
That's the only way to go for little towns.
Mm.
There is currently one other participant in the conference.
Who's on the line?
She's on mute.
Anna Limerick.
All right, awesome.
Why don't you go back and have Andrew find Marilyn Joe's original voter registration and compare it? See if her signature's changed in the last.
I bet it hasn't, because it hasn't changed in what?
Hasn't
She
changed
looks
in the
like
last
she's
hour.
pretty much spot on. When would you have re-registered, Marilyn? You probably haven't changed your voter registration, have you? For years? You haven't changed your voter registration for years, have you? Yeah. Nope. Has your signature changed?
Yeah.
Okay. So is mine.
It's still sloppy, it's just in a different shape of sloppiness.
Scott's all through signing?
Yep. Holy cow. Unless I missed something. Looks like this.
Matt, is Tracy coming in?
No, Maria's gonna give the report.
Okay.
scheduling electrostatic disinfection for the courthouse tonight. With CARES Act, pay for that.
Well, we're pretty much burning through all of our care stuff. Is there any reason behind it all?
I've had a couple different departments, and I haven't asked why, because I know a lot of times that's confidential.
The different departments just asked to do it.
Yeah. And we can stay late and do it, but if it's something where multiple areas, then, you know, sometimes it's easier just to have them come in and do it too.
When was the last time it was done?
Probably in March or May, sometime in that timeframe.
Is it 10,000?
No, it's only 800.
Oh, it's only 800.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll be fine. You would either set it to where you say, okay, once a month, we're gonna do this, or upon notification of if we have certain employees within a department. More people, like something from HR telling you, hey, you need to get this. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Still FEMA reimbursable, we haven't closed out that part of the FEMA claim yet. So we're still filing that, they haven't put a due date to it.
Okay.
Does our policy reflect or address out-of-state travel and quarantine upon return?
No, because right now there's currently no travel restrictions. But the Iowa governor is gonna hold a press conference here today, where she's gonna enforce some, she's gonna tighten back down the restrictions on us all. So they did not tell me what those restrictions were going to be yet, just that there's gonna be a press conference today and it's gonna happen.
Okay.
What time is that, Matt?
They didn't give me a time, and I checked her website and it
It's
hasn't,
at 11,
did they post it?
yeah, 12. That's what the press release says.
So I may skip out of here at 11. too.
Oh, we'll be through with you quicker than that.
Do you just want me to give you a certificate? It's done, do you want me to just put it on? Do you want me to give you a certificate? And then another one.
Yeah, I'll just take it from you.
From her?
No, from you.
Oh, you want me to give it to you? Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, this
smaller.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? This is old. I think there's like, there's close to 200 sheets.
Was Dennis recounting all of that for that one township? Or the whole-
They did, I think, all of election day. They did every precinct on election day.
Oh, they did.
I think that's what I saw on the pictures, it looked like it was. I don't know how many precincts he has. He probably has 20 some. Maybe not. I think it's because we think it had to the modem.
Mhm.
We think it had to have done with the modem, because you modem in and then you write the numbers down, and then you put that into the DNR. And you upload that, so then you're manually entering it. Because like I don't manually enter.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't figure out what they were manually entering. It's on that.
I think because I modem. When you modem, then you have more room for human error. When you
Oh.
modem,
Well,
'Cause you gotta
he
get it
did
from
done first one, did he?
one system to another. Because the modem won't talk to the one, because that's not hooked to the internet.
From his two
From our
others.
computer, that's not hooked to the internet, so when you modem in, you're not modeming into our computer, because
Right,
that's not on
right.
the internet.
So it's just they're keying in results.
I think so. Yep. It's the only, I mean,
Yeah,
that's the only way I can see that it can happen. So. I haven't talked to Tina, because I knew she's busy with that, so I don't know.
Yay.
Thank you, my dear.
All righty.
Yay. Thank you.
Okay, are we done then, Christie?
Yep, we're done, thank you.
All right, we just finished signing all of our canvas election papers. Next up on the agenda, we have Lauren Campbell with the Assessor's Office, discussion decision to approve, disallow the following applications made for homestead. There were 102 recommended, 0 disallowed. Military, 23 recommended, 0 disallowed. Disabled, veteran, homestead, 5 recommended, 0 disallowed. Business property tax credit, 8 recommended, 1 recommended, disallowed. Family farm tax credit, 11 recommended, 0 recommended, disallowed. So as usual, Lauren, you, I shouldn't say it this way. I said 1 was recommended, disallowed. What was the reasoning for that?
There's 3 parcels on the application. 2 of them are residential parcels and 1 is a multi-residential parcel, and those do not qualify.
Okay,
Only commercial and industrial qualifies.
okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any other questions for Lauren? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, thanks, Lauren, very much.
Thank you.
Next up, Jason Slack, discussion and a decision to approve change order CRC 019R storm piping for a credit of $249.90 with Ray Martin. Jace, you want to make a couple comments?
Yeah, this is a storm pipe on the south side of the building. It's actually an overflow drain for the smaller roof above the old maintenance garage there. There really was no good reason for moving it over, and we just cut it out. There's no need for it to be moved.
Okay. I noticed on that change order that the bond and insurance was taken off of that as well.
Yes.
So thanks for staying on top of that for us, Jace. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve change order CRC 019R.
I'll make that motion. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other questions for Jason? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Next up, Jason Slack, change order CRC 020. This is glue down carpet for a credit of $3,570. Jace.
Okay, so this is concerning the carpet that goes over the access flooring in the 911 comm center. The access flooring is the raised flooring that's up 14 inches from the actual basement floor down there.
Oh, okay.
It was spec'd to put carpet over the top of the raised flooring. And initially, they had it spec'd for the snap-down tile that snaps down, it's manufacturer-specific product that snaps down to the access flooring. You can glue to the access flooring. And what we were looking at was future carpet replacement for the comm center. It is gonna be 3 times higher for us to do any carpet replacement down there, using the snap-in tile. We replace the carpet down there more than anywhere else in the building just because it's a 24/7 operation. So, I'm advising that we just go with the adhesive tile.
Okay.
What, one of those like 2x2 squares?
Yeah, they're 24 inches by 24.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll
So
make
you-
that motion.
So you just end up basically replacing the ones in the, what I call the pathways and stuff? Or do you have to end up replacing them all?
It's generally, around the console areas where they're
Right.
working all the time that gets really bad.
They don't put no pads down then?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I had a motion.
Second.
All right, thank you very much. Jason, I noticed on that one too, we still got our insurance in bond on that. Thank you very much for staying on top of that too. Any other questions for Jason? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Next up, we have Matt Wyant and Maria. This is the 2020 Weed Commissioners Report. Maria.
Yes, do you have a copy?
I did see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
Did you see it in your email, everybody? Probably.
good. So basically, this is just our annual weed report. The weeds that we've seen in the county are the standard ones that we see every year. There's nothing new or significant about this year versus other years. This year, we had to serve 9 weed notices, and verbally gave 2 of them, and they were all resolved within that time frame.
Okay.
So then the other piece of it is to approve Tracy Noseable as weed commissioner.
Everybody had an opportunity to take a look at that commissioner's report. If you have, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the weed commissioner report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, next up, we still have Maria, and you mentioned that's for Tracy's certification form.
Yes. I have that as well, if you need it.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions for Maria? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks, Maria. Thanks, Matt. You sticking on for this next one, Matt? No. All right, next up on the agenda, we have.
That's it?
See, Matt.
Yeah, Lemrick, Director of Human Resources.
How you doing?
Discussion and our decision to approve the county's remote work telecommuting policy. Jen, are you on?
I'm on, thank you.
Okay.
This is back in front of the board. I made some edits to number 9, as requested by the board to try that and make that a little more clear that we're talking about not just HIPAA information, but security information, any specific confidential information related to the county. So take a look at the changes I made there for number 9 and let me know what you think.
Scott, have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have Any issues with 9?
Should that be county rather than company?
Can you tell me which line you're in?
The last line, ensure the protection of company, or ensure the protection of county and customer information accessible. Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to
it's broke.
find that one.
It's broke up into 2 pages or 2 spots here on my Apple, so. It's the 3rd line down. Consistent with the organization.
Oh, yeah, let's change that to county and customer information. Yes, I agree.
Steps include the Let's see, any other glaring from that? Has this been reviewed by the other departments and the other elected officials then?
Well, this has been reviewed by the policy committee.
Okay.
I have not sent it to all department heads and elected officials, just the committee.
Okay. Well, I guess the more that would, I don't see anything else glaring with this, but I suppose if we send it out, we can make a amendment to it if something pops up, I guess.
So are you indicating approve it today and then bring it back for an amendment if someone recommends a change?
Oh, I don't, whatever process you want to use, unless you want the department heads and elected officials to review it, and then we can approve it, or either way, as far as, I mean, we can make.
Sure, my recommendation would be to ask for the board's approval today. As the numbers are increasing to go up, I'd like to have this policy ready to go in case we need it. And, that to me, that's why we have the policy committee, which is made up of some department heads and elected officials to do that review on behalf of everyone.
There on your very start of this thing.
Okay.
You changed it to, I think you meant R to is, and it's IA.
Yeah, you're right. That should say is. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions on this policy?
I don't see anything glaring. No.
Scott, or Marilyn, we'll wait for Lynn to come back. Oh, there he is. Jenna, is it your recommendation to get this thing started right now?
Yes.
Okay, effective, what day?
Effective tomorrow.
Effective tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're not, it's a holiday, so.
But then,
Tomorrow's a holiday.
That's true. How about Thursday?
Fine with me.
Okay,
It goes in the handbook, right?
yep, it does. So you're looking for a motion, Jana, to approve the county's remote work policy effective 11/12 of 2020?
Yes.
I so move.
Second.
Do you have a policy number you're putting with this, Jana?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is there any other questions for Jana? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Thanks, Jana. And then,
Thank you.
Leanne, did you say I needed a motion to set aside that?
Yes.
Okay. We need to set aside the agenda to go into closed session for a couple of issues under the Iowa Code 21.5, parent 1, parent I. So I need a motion and a second to set aside the agenda.
And just to clarify, because it needs to be in the minutes, why we weren't given enough notice on this. This is a matter that arose yesterday and needs to be taken care of immediately. So we were unable to give adequate notice to the public that we would be having a closed session today.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Lynn.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Is that a roll call or is that a call vote to set aside the agenda?
That one can be a call vote. Your roll call would be going into the closed session itself.
Okay.
Okay, so with that,
You need to leave.
I would entertain a motion to go into closed session under Iowa Code 21.5, parent 1, parent I.
So moved.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Hauser, will you call the roll, please?
Chairman Pro Tem Woodson.
Aye.
Supervisors Groby,
Aye.
Belt,
Aye.
and Drake.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we probably need to clarify who will be in the closed session.
Yep.
Well, we haven't went in it yet.
I know, but when you do, no, not before you're in it, because Jana, I believe, needs to be involved in this also.
Okay.
Yes, and once we shut the phone off, Justin Schultz is gonna take this phone. Jana will be calling in on mine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I already hung up the phone.
Okay, well, we're still recording.
We are still recording, and so I'm gonna have to go back and get,
Make sure we're out of closed session. Are we off on the Facebook Live?